Welcome to Rooster Radio, a broadcast dedicated to supporting and promoting local artists in the Gaston County and surrounding areas.
So much shit. Oh no, we don't want a female band. There was even one dude, and I wasn't even chunky like I am now. I was very well placed, curvy. And he goes, "Oh, don't you know there's not any fat in rock and roll?" I said, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
Somebody said that to you?
Yes.
That's stupid.
Guys are gross, man. But no,
this dude, oh my god, I hate him so much.
The thing that I've heard more too is especially if it's like an attractive, singer in a group, then the band's not good. It's just because they have a sexy girl out front. That's the only reason that they're making it. Like I heard that about No Doubt so much.
That's an ignorant.
Yeah.
That's an ignorant take
yeah.
and an ignorant way to look at life. Yeah. I mean, look, it's way easier for an attractive person to go far in the entertainment industry. Mm-hmm. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
You know, there's this whole wave of they're trying to change the aesthetics of culture, and they're praising obese people, saying big is beautiful, and on one hand, sure, yeah, it is, yes,
love yourself,
love yourself. Yeah. I'm all about that. On the other hand, I think you're going a little too far because there's a point where it's not healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
To be grotesquely overweight.
Exactly.
The thing should be hey, here's better choices we can all make. And, some people have, medical risk. I never even thought about this until I got in that car wreck. Mm-hmm. About how a medical issue can really fuck up everything in your life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Before I got in that car wreck, I was perfectly healthy. I ran 4 or 5 miles a day. I did push-ups, sit-ups. I was in very, very good shape at 33, 34 years old. Mm-hmm. And then I got hit by that truck, and I got crushed. My hip was shattered into pieces, and my arm broke, and my knee cap got shattered. And they put me back together like Humpty Dumpty, right? Mm-hmm. Put fucking metal plates in my arm and my hip. And
go with Darth Vader next time. Don't go with Humpty Dumpty. But okay.
Well, they put me back together, and ever since, this has been 10 years now. August 13th will be 10 years, and I've never been able to get back to the amount of energy that I have, my ability to bounce back from injury, my ability to just go. I ran outside. Now, if I want to run, I got to do it on an elliptical machine because the impact it kills me. Yeah. It'll put me on my ass for a fucking week.
Yeah.
And and then having that happen to me personally, it opens your eyes to how fragile we are as human beings, and how easy it is for someone to just fall apart physically because of a medical issue. For me, it was a car crash, but for some, it's thyroid issues. For some, it's something going on.
It's stuff you can't, and a lot of times it's for, if no one had ever told me that, or you hadn't told me that you had the car accident and you had to be put back together, it's not something you can see.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just assume, I'm not saying that you're fat, Michael. I'm like, well, it's a fat fucker. They can't do anything. I'm a big dude.
I'm a big guy. It bothers me because I know what it was like to be in shape, right? I know what that feels like. Nothing felt better than coming home after a 5-mile run.
And you're absolutely right.
Let's go. Yeah. Your energy's just up.
Yes.
When you're exercising but I can't go hard like that no more. If I go hard like that, I injure myself.
And the thing is, I'm the same way. I am so clumsy, and so a lot of myself is my injuries. I have old sports injuries, and then my clumsiness added on top of it. I've hurt myself so much. My knees don't bend like I need them to half the time. Mm-hmm. And it hurts when I do stuff, and I try to do those types of exercises, like the impact. It hurts.
Yeah,
So,
and then you add on, I'm 10 years older. Now I'm in my mid-40s. And
it's harder.
Yeah, it's harder, and then there's the time thing. Back then I was single.
Right.
It was just me and Caleb, so,
Yeah.
nobody was demanding my time,
Right.
now it's different. But yeah, it's rough. It's hard. Like, I'm envious of people my age that still have time to exercise every day and like can stay healthy and fit. Like it drives me crazy because even when I do go out and try and go on that limb, I always run into roadblocks and something happens. But now Christy and I are back on this. Like, we have this one pocket of time a week where we can just go to the gym together. So now on Thursday mornings we're going to the gym, and my legs are still sore.
I know. I heard
from
you say that the
Thursday's
other day.
workout.
Oh yeah, I
and
heard
it's
you walking down the
Sunday.
stairs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still sore today from 3 days ago.
But the thing is like a lot of people they'll look at me like, that bitch doesn't exercise. Actually, I love it. I love that burn feeling, like from sore muscles.
Mm-hmm.
I love that feeling. I know that sounds weird, but it's like, I fucking did something. This is going to be
Yeah.
great.
There's a reason people can get addicted to working out.
Yeah.
'cause
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
Yeah,
a
no,
good hurt.
I mean, I was, like I said, I was militant about it.
When I danced and played sports, I was like that too. I kept up so I could keep my body up.
See, I worked out like quite a bit in my 20s, but then I just kind of fell away from it and just didn't really do much. Got a little bigger, and then like, I had like a breakup in my life, and I was like, and for like a week straight, I was drunk for a week,
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, something has to change, and so then I started going back to the gym, and that's like, where
Are
I'm
you
at.
exercising now?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, you're a pretty fit dude.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you saw me 3 months ago, totally different. Raw, like I just worked out real hard for like a month and a half or something, and I just try and keep it
How old
going.
are you?
37.
37. Okay.
Okay.
You look a little younger, or at least I thought you were younger.
It's because I shaved, trimmed. 'Cause I trimmed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Bob Gregory. Say hi, Bob.
Oh hi.
Hey, Bob.
Forgot the cameras. Yeah. You guys do the rolling start.
Always
Yeah.
expect the cameras to
Yeah.
be rolling.
So Bob has recently become part of the Rooster family here. He's here to help with our open mics with Jade. He's out, and he built our new easel board for outside. And
thing's
Bob has
sturdy.
been offering a helping hand for a while, and we're working Bob we're working him into the podcast. There's a possibility we want to see how things go. There's a possibility this could be Bob and Arielle's show at some point. So we're going to see how it goes.
That sounds like some weird 90s cartoon.
Sounds like a morning radio show, the Bob and Arielle show. The Morning Zoo with Bob and Arielle.
If you say zoo, I expect animals. I do. I
bring
want some
animals.
squishies
We've
and
had
cuddlies.
people ask if we're a pet-friendly place, and I want to say yes. But
Yeah.
the minute I see a dog piss on something here, I'm going to flip the fuck out.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah,
just like,
like,
no,
no.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have way too much invested in this place to let it start
pee.
smelling like piss. And look, my wife's a vet tech. We love it. We've rescued many a pet. See, we've fostered. We just rescued a kitten that showed up in Christy's car engine. She took her to work and made sure she was good
She's
to go, and
adorable.
now she's our new little baby kitten. We got a couple old dogs. Like, our dogs are 10 years old this year. Both of them.
Oh, your dogs are so sweet.
But yeah, so Bob also manages the Menders, right?
Manages. I make sure things don't fall apart. Yeah, but
Wow.
But yeah, all the guys do like bookings and setting up shows and stuff like that. But I do a lot of the roadie work and a lot of the organizing, and if there's a show, I'll go and pack up all the stuff before the show, so the guys just have to load it in a car, or if we're out and about at shows, as soon as they're done playing, like we were talking about earlier, some people they don't want to tear down, so the guys go and start mingling, and I'll start tearing down everything. So
I've said this multiple times. Every band needs a Bob.
Yeah.
They really do.
Uh,
like what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to make everybody's life a little easier.
No, I mean, I'm grateful to you, Bob, and that's why I've kind of slowly, you can talk to Arielle about it. Like, that's just kind of how I do things.
Yeah.
I don't like jumping right into stuff because I've done that so much in the past, and it always bites you in the ass when
Yeah.
you don't really properly plan. And when you get now that there's so much at stake with this place, I've got to make sure that the people that I'm going to be dealing with and doing business with and working with are genuine and their intentions are pure. You know, there's so many fucking snakes out there. There's so many people that look at someone like me as an opportunity to elevate whatever it is they're trying to do, and they're not thinking about the ripples that it will create. They're not thinking about, you know, how it might make me look or the business look or themselves. You know, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. You know, you fuck with me, you're fucking with a guy who says fuck all the time. You know, and yeah, like I'm not
good company.
I'm far from fucking perfect, you know, and you know, I have a tendency to rub people the wrong way sometimes because I'm so honest.
Yeah.
You know, and not everybody wants that kind of life. Some people just want to be told that they're right. You know, and for those reasons, I'm going off on a tangent. But for those reasons, I like to slow play it. You know, that's why I don't advertise when we need help. I wait for the help to come to us because they have and they will continue.
I more or less weaseled my way in here.
Bob, the weasel and you don't fit. I'm sorry, that just doesn't work.
Well, I just because I saw it, like I said before, I saw the community and the family that you're building here, and I was like, I want to be a part of this, whether he likes it or not.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what, and that's what I want. I want people to see what we're doing and realize how special it is and want to be a part of it.
Oh yeah.
Because anybody, all of you are welcome here. Like this is a place for everybody. Just don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
That's the one fucking thing you got to do. Don't be an asshole.
You need that. Either don't be an asshole. We need that somewhere. Don't be an asshole or don't be a dick, because we say that all the time. We're cool with you. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, everyone's got ideas and concepts, you know, and you know, not a week goes by that somebody doesn't come in here and tell me what I should do or what I could do, and I get it. You're trying to help. But and sometimes, once in a blue moon, someone's got a good idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, whatever it is you think I should do, I've already thought about it.
Yeah.
And I've either already tested it out to see if it works, or I've thought it all the way through and decided that it wasn't for us.
Yeah.
You know, it's ultimately the responsibility, the liability, it all
Always goes
falls
back
on
to
me.
you. Yeah.
You know, this is a place for everybody. You know, I built the Rooster for this community, and you know, I want people to feel like they have ownership in this. But at the end of the day, I'm the one responsible, and I'm the one that has to answer to whatever authority is out there and that kind of thing. So, you know, if people come in here and they want to be, you know, walk around like they're hot shit, they're probably not going to fit in. They're probably going to go and leave a 3-star Google review.
It's not pointing at all.
Or one.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, we don't, you know, the ego doesn't live here, you know, and that's one of the things I love about Bob is Bob doesn't have a big ego. Bob wants to help. He wants to be part of the community, and he has a voice that's worth hearing.
Yes.
Well, I'm definitely more of a behind the camera and off the stage kind of guy too. Like I'm not used to being the forefront of anything.
Well, you have a perspective that's unique and interesting, and that's why I believe that you would be a good fit with what we're doing here.
Yeah, well, it's going to be it's going to be new. It takes some getting used to and becoming comfortable with. But I'm excited.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. I mean, it took Arielle a few weeks to get comfortable on the couch, and now she's, you know, sometimes she has to take the lead. Yeah. Like when we have a female in here, you know, Arielle's going to relate better to a female. She's going to have better questions than I will sometimes. You know, it's that little back and forth give and take thing where I'm willing to let somebody else take the interview over because I don't always think what I have to say is interesting. You know?
Yeah.
In the same way, I feel the same way. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say.
but you know when I listen to people talk and I hear conversations, you know, the questions that I ask I feel are like way more interesting than like the surface stuff. You know, I like to dig a little bit.
Well, I'm real bad. So the thing that's intimidating, especially about you, is that you have, like we were talking about, the fucking library of band information in your head, right?
Right.
And so, and I don't have that. Like I've just recently, in the last 3 years, really started getting into the music scene. So I'm better at asking people questions about them, right?
Yeah.
So like I might not know who the drummer of this band, you know, is, but I can learn about people and ask people questions that I feel like are poignant and interesting and, you know, about them. So like I don't know if I have anything interesting to say, but I know they do. And I want to ask the question that
Yeah,
pulls
and
that
that's
out.
really what you want to do with this platform is you want to you know, the idea, and sometimes I'll watch a show back. Hold on, let me make the first point. First point, the idea of what we're trying to do is we're trying to highlight, focus, you know, feature an artist or a band, and we want the audience to get to know these people,
Right.
and we want to create a more intimate connection, a more personal connection with the artist, so that when someone comes to see that show, they've got stock in this now. You know, it's like there's a connection here where I know a little bit more about this artist, so I'm gonna cheer them on a little harder, and that's kind of the idea. That's the intention, I should say. That's the intention of the show, and that's why, you know, for a good interview, you want to be the type of person that's going to ask questions and dig a little bit. Now, sometimes I'll watch the show back when Ron sends me the edit, and my wife will tell me real quick. She's like, "Shut up," you know. Like, so I'll watch it and I'll be like, "Why didn't I just shut up right there and let that person talk?"
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not a perfect thing. You know, some people are really, really good at this, and those people have careers in broadcasting. You know?
I'm interested too because like I am not a good small talk person. I'm terrible at small talk, right? So I don't care how the weather is, right? I want to know, like, when your mom died and your dad ran away, how'd that influence that song you wrote? You
Yeah.
know?
Like what makes you
yes.
tick? What makes
Yeah.
you tick? That type
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah,
So-
same thing here. Like, yeah, I'm not really trying to talk about the weather to everybody. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you can get the weather on your phone,
Right? That's-
or you can walk outside.
I heard something where someone said never trust anyone who starts a conversation talking about the weather. And I was like, this is just like they were talking about how it ended up saying like how like shallow of a person that they were, and the conversation would never be deep. And I was like, okay.
So
No,
I've-
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I do that every so often because I'll go into a conversation being like, I don't really care about this. So how would a real human being start this conversation? Like
There's the
I'm trying to
weather.
fake my way into being a living person.
I think we're all doing it. I think that's just, you know, social life, you know,
Yeah.
like, especially when you don't know the people that you're around, and you know, like when people come in here, like you said, you know, you wanted to be a part of the community. I'm sure that there's people that come here and they see that, and there's an awkwardness, or there's a fear of, you know, rejection and that kind of thing. And trust me, if you come in here and your intentions are pure, you will not be rejected by this community.
Your awkwardness will be accepted.
Yeah, you're awkward. We're all like that. Like, we're all awkward and you know, question ourselves, second guess ourselves. Like, that's what makes us human. You know, if you walk around all day, you know, I mean, you probably could have asked a 23-year-old Michael Carpenter this question and gotten a completely different answer. But if you walk around today thinking you're hot shit and you know everything, you don't know shit.
Would have been a more, when you were younger, it would have been a more ego-driven answer, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And, you know, you couldn't tell me shit
Yeah.
in my 20s.
That's
you
my
know?
shit.
You know, I mean, in my early 20s, I had already lived a life. You know, I'm not going to get into the particulars,
Right.
but there's a fucking book there.
Right.
Yeah, but I still didn't know shit.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's the first volume.
Yeah.
And hopefully in another 20 years, I'll be saying the same thing about Bob now. You know,
Yeah, like I want to continue to. I do not want to be the same person my whole life.
No,
that is so
that's
fucking
boring.
boring. Like, I want to continue to learn. Like, contrary to what people might think, like when I get new information and find out that I'm wrong about something,
Yeah.
that's exciting to me because I learned something. It's like,
Right.
oh, well, let me fix this. And fortunately, I don't walk around acting like my opinion's the final word. You know, I'm pretty pragmatic in that sense. Like, if you've got a better point to make, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
But if you come in here talking out your ass,
And
I'll
you've
send
got
you packing.
you got education and stuff to like the education part of whatever it is. Like I'm learning about. Okay, I was wrong about that. Cool. Now I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I like learning. I like to know stuff.
I do too.
Yeah, call me a nerd, whatever. I
It's
like
like
to know
when
things.
when I asked Ron about his shirt earlier, and I'm like, "Thanks for dropping that knowledge on me, Ron. I didn't know that."
But yeah, I mean, Bob, your work with the Menders has opened the door to
Oh, yeah.
to be part of the scene and be a member of the scene, and now you're working with Jade a lot too, and you know, you're seeing new doors open like this one, and you know, talk for a minute about, you know, what you'd like to see happen, or what, you know, how your feelings about this scene, what you like about it, things that you would like to see done differently.
I think there's more talent in the Gastonia and surrounding area than people goddamn realize. Like, there's so many, especially on open mic night. Like, out of the 20 people that play or something like that, we get 3 that were like, you know? But
Yeah.
but good for them getting up there and getting used to it and getting better at it, stuff like that. But yeah, but there's like legit talent here that, like, if it just got found, you know, like, I mean, it takes some effort, and everybody has jobs and everybody's doing their own things and stuff like that. But if somebody were to take the time to promote them more and get them out there with social medias, TikTok, all those things, I just think it would blow up, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. I believe the same thing. That's why I opened this place. Is I could see that there's just all this, and who knows? It could be like that everywhere. You know, there's 360 million people in America. I'm sure every town has some talented people in it. I just, I think we're just in a unique location in between several bigger cities that, I see it too, man. I do. I see it, and I want to see people succeed. All right, so Bob, you're part of the family now. What are some things you'd like to see here at the Rooster?
I want to see it full every night, man. Like,
Yes.
100%, and that's what I tell you all the time. Like, any way I can help that, that's what I want to do.
We have rambled for 40 fucking minutes.
I was like, because I'm sitting there going, I kept trying to like, come back, Michael.
Yeah. This episode may never see the light of day. All right, so I do my best not to get controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be that guy.
I get pulled into it too because, like I told you, I don't do small talk very well. So when we start talking about, then I'm like, well, I want to talk about this, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not the best guy to not talk about it.
Yeah. I mean,
I think we can all agree on one thing: the Rooster's fucking awesome. You should be here.
you should be here. You know what though? If this one never sees the light of day, I do need him. I need that clip of him saying that, because that would make a good reel.
You will have access. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Bob Gregory. Thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna start to see more of Bob on socials and on the podcast, and hopefully Bob can step into the role, and Bob and Arielle can take this show over, and you won't have to hear my ugly ass anymore. I don't know. It's not hard for me to stay humble, man. I've got a little bit of that self-deprecation thing going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're trying to cut back on that, aren't we?
Christy's worried that I'm gonna get all big-headed, because people, I'm getting a lot of positive reinforcement from people.
Yeah.
People love what we're doing and stuff, and Chrissy, don't want me to, get too big of a head or get too big, and I'm like,
I don't
Chrissy,
think
we've been together for 10 years. You got to know me better than that by now.
But you know
I won't
what
let
though?
myself get that way.
Yeah.
If you even did, she'd bring you back.
Yeah, she
she
does
would.
have a way. Of,
Yeah.
no
Because
matter
she'd
how
be like,
frustrating it might
no.
But mine is anytime that I get that I start to get a big head or cocky or whatever like that, then my own brain does this whole like, yeah, but you did this thing when you were 10 years old, remember? And I'm like, fuck.
There's times where I've gotten that cocky thing, and like that ego comes out. It's like, yeah, I got this. It's usually when I fuck it up major. Like as soon as those words, like, oh yeah, I've done this a million times. I got it. It makes me look like I'm a newbie. So I kind of like, I try to down, stay down. You don't let that come up.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I try to stay humble.
Yeah.
Like again, I built this place for the community, not for me.
Right.
I'm very, very self-aware about that.
Yeah.
So with that said, thank you, Bob. Thank you, Arielle. Come hang out at the Rooster. Come see Bob. He's here every Wednesday. Open mic. Have a conversation with him. Talk him up. One last question. Is there any band or artist that you really want to interview in this scene?
King Cackle.
King Cackle.
Yeah.
They're not even on my radar, so I'm going to
Yeah,
check them
I'm like,
out.
okay.
We played with them one time, and their entire set, I stood there just like, what the fuck is this? It was amazing.
Nice.
It was just some of the wildest they're really good. They have one song on Spotify, and it's a good one. But to hear them play live, like
You should see it to believe it, kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Arielle,
they're really
is
good.
there a band out there that you'd love to talk to?
There's quite a few, like, after, like, working back here and then seeing them, then I was like, there are quite a few. I can give you the list. But just, like, seeing, like, how they are, like, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with, like, yeah, I really like that one. But there are those that I really liked. Like, I would love.
She's not answering the question.
Yeah, I was like,
she's
did
just
I
not
miss
answering
the
question.
band name? I didn't.
Okay, I'm like, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I'm not gonna hurt anybody's feelings, man. We're a community.
Like,
I
okay.
want to talk to y'all.
Okay,
I'd like
there
to
we
get,
go.
and
That's
I'm
fine.
hoping to get them in here before the Women of Rock 3 in
I
November.
would love to see. I would love to interview y'all or Oh You Pretty Things. I would actually like to interview Angel Massacre after
They were pretty dope, right?
their stage performance. I that they put on a hell of a show because I were like seeing them walk in their regular clothes, and then I came back to
It's hard to believe it's the
check
same
in.
guys.
It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Who is this? Yeah.
But it was so cool at the same time, and that there's several that I would have to sit and make a full list, and that would be one of them because I was like, I would like to interview those dudes.
Have you guys heard Viva La Vox?
No.
They're like, I don't even know what category I put them in. They're like a jazz New Orleans, but they're wild. Like the lead singer has a horn next to his mic and
Did
stuff
you
like
say
that.
horn?
Horn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like I've got some work to do.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for listening, watching, whatever. I appreciate each and every one of the streams and the views and the subscribes. I love you all. Please come to shows, keep supporting us. We want to keep doing this. We want to keep providing you with entertainment. We want to keep building this community, and who knows where we can take it. But jump on. Let's take this ride together, and peace and love.